Welcome back to another episode of the Suffer Up podcast with Nate and Ryan. Today, we're excited to announce that we have a guest here, Mr. John Hills with an S. First time I said his name, I said it incorrectly, so we're going to get it right today. He helps organize and run a company called Vetcola, and on this episode, we are going to be hearing a little bit more about that, his mission, and his why. Here at Suffer Up, our mission is to encourage and lead others to suffer with a purpose, striving to level up in life with an emphasis on spiritual, mental, and physical well-being. These are the voices of Nate and Ryan. And we'll also be having today Mr. John Hills. Before we dive into today's episode, we just want to give a very special thank you to a couple people. One, we want to thank Miss Pam Heinold, a broker at ERA All-American Real Estate. You can call or text her at 850-232-2332. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home or other type of property in the Florida Panhandle area, call a nationally award-winning realtor and local expert, Pam. She is ready to help you in all of your real estate needs. Call or text today at 850-232-2332. We also want to give a special shout out and thanks to Soft Socks. Soft Socks makes a compression fitting sock for your feet. We here at Suffer Up use them and love them, and they have done a great job at protecting our feet. If you would like to get a pair and try them out for yourself, you can go to our link tree in the description of this podcast and use discount code SUFFER10 to receive 10% off at checkout. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and we hope you enjoy this episode. All right, John, welcome.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us kind of a little bit of your background, family background, and just who is Mr. John?
John Hills with an S.
Yes, with
That's
an
me.
S. Emphasis.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, first off. So I'm John from the Washington, D.C. area. I've listened to both of y'all's podcasts. Mine's a little bit different. My coming up story.
That's fine.
I come from a broken home. My parents divorced when I was young. And that gives me something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like I said, I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm old enough to remember 9/11. It was honestly, that was a heck of a day. I was in school and middle school.
Yeah.
And,
How old are you, John?
7?
37? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, when you get past 30, you have to think about it.
I
the same
was
way.
using y'all's fingers.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's fair.
Yeah, so I'm 37.
Yep.
John's also a Marine, so he uses fingers and toes to count.
There's no crayons.
All right, just preface here, all right? I'm the only guy in the room that's not former military. There'll be a nice banter between Navy and Marine Corps here, so we're going to keep it real today. Anyway, go ahead. DC area.
Yeah, so middle school, September 11th.
Yep.
Watched the second tower get hit. Shortly after was the Pentagon. And my school went into lockdown because of where we were located. And I wasn't the best kid either.
Sure.
I was wandering the hallways, and I saw parents in dress uniforms that were torn apart from searching through rubble.
Yeah.
So seeing that Marine is when I decided I wanted to be a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that starts my story right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what led you into being a
Military.
Marine.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've all seen the commercials on ESPN for the Marines. Like, that's the only channel that carries that commercial, really.
Yeah.
You got the silent drill team. They dress blues for on the rifles. I grew up going to those shows. The evening parades on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. But it wasn't until I saw that Marine who dug through rubble at the Pentagon that I decided I wanted to be a Marine.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm nervous.
No, you're good, man. Hey, that's all good. So you decided to join the Marine Corps, right?
Yeah.
At what age did you get in? Did you do like a delayed entry program, or did you just basically sign up right out of high school? Like, what was that transition for you out of high school?
So it was right out of high school.
Okay.
My birthday's in September, so I graduated at 17.
Okay.
I needed my parents' signature. My dad actually told me something that resonates with me still to this day.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I always see you helping people."
Yeah.
I was an infantry Marine. Like I've got
Yeah.
0311 down my arm.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I was going to help people a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Joined the Marine Corps to get away from Virginia, and then
And where would you guess that you got stationed?
well, Quantico would have been so much better because that's
Yeah.
where I grew up. But I got Norfolk.
Norfolk, glorious place.
What's the stigma with Norfolk?
It sucks. No, it's a big base with a lot going on. I mean, you got the majority of the East Coast ships are stationed there. For the Navy, you've got Navy Special Warfare at a command that's technically a different base, but basically still Norfolk.
Yeah, it's all considered Norfolk, Virginia Beach.
Yeah, it's all within miles of each other, and there's just a lot of people. All the Marines are there. There's probably other branches there too.
I mean, Langley Air Force Base is right across the bay, which honestly has the best chow hall I've ever been to.
Oh, really?
Nice.
I mean,
that's important.
I didn't know you could go through the line twice until I went to Langley Air Force.
Oh, perfect.
That's the Air Force. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, DC's right there. I mean, there's just a lot going on
see.
in one small area. And there's a lot of people. And so like traffic getting on and off that base is always rough.
Yeah.
And
it's a hub, really.
Oh, okay.
Everybody goes there at least once in their Navy career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're in the Navy, I don't think you miss Norfolk. Maybe if you were completely a West Coast sailor, but then you get
to
San
complain
Diego.
about San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
It's just something to complain about. I mean,
yeah.
That's part of the camaraderie being in the military. You complain about it.
Yeah. My dad always says, this is PC. A complaining sailor is a happy sailor.
Oh, perfect.
And so that's the saying, and that's one of the number one complaints is Norfolk.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so you got in around, do you remember what year that would have been?
06.
06. Okay, so the stuff was still happening pretty heavy. Yeah.
So I was a part of a specialty unit. I was part of the Fleet Anti-Terrorism Security.
Okay.
Sounds awesome. We were just the QRF.
Okay.
That was it.
What's a QRF, John?
Quick Reactionary Force. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Hey, you military guys with your acronyms. Keep everybody up to speed.
Oh, no. I heard you in your podcast talking about all the fires.
Oh, that's true. That's fair. We have acronyms too.
Firefighter acronyms.
Yeah. Wow.
I was sitting there having to Google them.
Oh, were you? Oh, well, there we go. We'll be better listeners about using acronyms.
It's a quick reactionary force.
Okay.
So like when the USS Cole got bombed in, I don't remember what year.
Okay.
Fast Company is what went to go secure it.
Mm-hmm.
When embassies get attacked, we can go and secure it while the embassy guard tears everything outside.
Gotcha. Okay.
Really, we just train all day and hope we don't have to work.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Training's the best part.
Yeah.
If you're not training, or if you're not complaining, you're not training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get
to do all the fun stuff.
I got out. I wanted to be a contractor, do the same job, but get paid real money.
Yeah.
I had kids instead.
There you
go. I've got 3 kids.
Okay.
I've got a 14-year-old, my son Gabriel, 13-year-old Bella.
Okay.
And my youngest Scarlett.
That's awesome.
So just a notice to everybody: if you get a vasectomy, please go get checked every couple of years.
The mistakes can still happen, huh?
It can.
Okay.
It's
no child's a mistake, but yeah.
It's a 1 in 1,000 chance, and
you found it.
Yeah. I need to go play the lottery.
You beat the odds, huh?
That's your miracle baby.
Well,
That's
you
awesome.
also
God's got something special for her.
You also use that, or use the VA for that. So, note to self.
Yeah.
The VA can be fun. We'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
But, let me back up just a second. You said you got out to go do contracting. That was your goal when you got out. Is that what made you want to get out? Was it just the idea of like, hey, I can do the same job and make more money? Or were you just tired of being in the military? Or what? I mean, what really pushed you to say, I'm done with this?
I love the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
But infantry it's unique. You're a rescue swimmer. I don't know how to preface it. It's a hell of a job. Excuse my language, but it's not something to do for your whole life.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows.
It's definitely not, but it's a young man's thing.
Yeah.
And being 22, your body feels it.
Yep.
I mean,
so you got out when you were 22?
Yeah. So
you did your 4 years and maybe some change, and then you got out after that first tour. Gotcha.
I mean, money drives everything, right?
Oh yeah. I mean,
and
to an extent.
Yeah.
Well, being in the military, doesn't pay well. So yeah, I want to do the same job, get paid. I've seen how contractors they do the job, but they sit back and get to relax, while military really gets to go do the actual job. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got really good at being a janitor while I was in the Navy.
I mean, yeah, that's what it is. World's deadliest janitor.
The world's deadliest janitor.
Hey, I mean, somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to clean everything, and everybody gets to do some.
Yeah. So it wasn't for me anymore.
Okay. Did you kind of feel like the grass would be greener on the other side? Like you get paid more, I'd have an easier gig,
Definitely. I mean, getting up at between 4 and 5 sucks.
Yeah.
Especially when you're young and out doing things all hours of the night. Really sucks.
Yeah.
No, you're good. So while you were in the military, did you get any like cool special assignments like at your deployment time? Like tell us just like briefly or as much as you'd like about like your military time while you were in for those 4 years.
Oh yeah, I got to go to Gitmo.
Okay.
We got to go to places like Bahrain, Rhoda.
Oh wow.
We got to travel, but
yeah.
Like I said, it's definitely a young man's game.
Yeah.
It's a grind. It's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I've been out 15 plus years now, and
yeah,
I've grown happy being fat and
yeah,
sitting at home.
That's fair.
Wow, now I lost my train of
thought.
You're good. You're good.
So you get out, and did you end up doing the contracting gig?
No.
You just had kids right away?
Yeah, my son was definitely a surprise.
Okay.
He happens to be one of my best friends now. Like, he does everything with me. He actually told me world's scariest thing not too long ago is he wanted to be a Marine.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Dad?
Yeah. Like I said, I love the Corps, but
yeah.
When I got out, actually, my younger brother, I'm the oldest of 6.
Wow.
He said he wanted to join.
Mm-hmm.
I sat him down and told him, I was like, hey, you're not going to join the Marine Corps and you're not going to do infantry. He joined the Army. He's human intel, and he just bought a $1 million house in the DC area.
Oh wow, good for him.
I mean, it sounds like a lot, but
yeah,
he bought a house
in the DC area. That's a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I'm thinking of like I was just up in like the outside DC, and when you get like outside, like I say rural, but it's really
an
not
hour
rural.
to 2 hours away.
Yeah, these like beautiful 3-4 bedroom homes, 2 baths, and they're like going for $600,000 to $1 million.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people drive like an hour plus to work. Probably even more than that.
Yeah.
Significant.
That's living just one county away.
Yeah, I mean, people drive like across state lines to live on 4 acres with a nice house, and it be somewhat affordable versus living in DC or anywhere closer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've known a few people who, they get a hotel for the week when they travel, and then they go back for the weekend to their house in West Virginia.
Yeah,
right.
And that's cheaper than just living there. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyways.
So yeah, I definitely told him, hey, go talk to your uncle. Like,
yeah,
that's not a dad question right now. You're 14. Like, you still want to be a astronaut.
Want to go officer in the Air Force.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Kush.
Yeah. But
no, that's got to be a like really proud feeling,
but
was.
Also
it was scary. Yeah.
I mean, we just got out of a 20-year war. Like,
yeah.
And who knows what's next?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we're seems like we're gearing up for Asia right now.
Yeah,
Eastern Asia.
Yeah. Unsettling times for sure.
So, what did you do for work after you had your kids unexpectedly?
I bounced around. I worked for the Washington Nationals for a little bit. I did security for a little bit. Nothing really kept my interest.
Yeah.
Finally, I got to where I should be with the VA, and I moved down here, and life's a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. That nothing really kept your interest. That's something that I hear a lot within the veteran community after they get out. Is like we're so used to that high pace, dynamic lifestyle where you're moving around
Constantly,
a lot. You know, I mean, even if you were stationed at one place, you're still guaranteed to move pretty much every 3 or 4 years. And then if you're somewhere that's deployable, you're traveling all the time for deployments and
it's not
underways
just
and whatever.
that. You're with somebody 24/7.
Yep.
I mean, there's always somebody to your left and your right.
Yeah.
Even when you go out in town.
So you get out and you get this good, consistent job, and you settle down in a place, and you know maybe you're not married or maybe you are, but it's just completely different.
It is.
And the lifestyle change is a lot to adjust to.
Honestly, the loneliness, you know, when you first get out, you're excited. You know, I'm free to wake up when I want, eat what I want, wear what I want.
I can go on vacation whenever I want now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, you don't need permission
crap
to
wears
do
off.
anything. And then once it wears off, you know, you feel lonely.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I'll touch later on when we get more into what I do with Vetcola, but it really does get to a point where being out sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I asked you that question about, like, did you think the grass was greener? Because I know I did when I was getting out. And in some ways it is, in some ways it isn't. You know, you lose that consistency, you lose that brotherhood, those people around you, and you lose that dynamic lifestyle, which can be good and bad.
Yeah.
It keeps it interesting and keeps you from getting bored all the time.
You know,
like I'm always training for something, or always gearing up to go someplace else, or we're looking forward to getting home, and like you're always anticipating the next thing.
One of my favorite questions to ask other veterans is like, what do you miss most about the military?
Yeah.
And
what's the answer you get?
they miss the people.
Yeah.
The brotherhood, the camaraderie. And I say something that throws everybody off. I miss the barracks. And like your grin right now says it all.
Yep.
Like, at the barracks, like you're around, you know, for me in infantry, I was around the guys all the time.
It's like a frat house.
That is a very PC way.
I mean, in all the best ways, it's like a frat house. You got a bunch of dudes that you trust with your life, but don't trust with your food on the table.
Oh, absolutely.
That's well put.
Yeah.
We've joked in the firehouse too, like you could leave a $20 or even $100 bill on the table, and you could come back a month later, that $100 bill will still be there.
Yeah.
But your stuff or your food, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
gone.
You know, yeah, at the barracks there might have been hazing. You know?
We don't call it that, John.
It's just incentive training.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to actually call it. But you know, that's what I miss is, you know, maybe jumping off the second deck of the barracks, landing headfirst into concrete, getting up and giggling and running away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
a little initiation, if you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you sneeze too hard, you know, you might leave something in your pants and your
Yeah.
back feels horrible for the next week.
Yeah. Well, check that out. Culture submersion.
And unfortunately, with the VA, you know, they can get you in 6 months from now.
Right.
By that time, your back's so messed up, you don't realize it hurts anymore.
Yeah. Or by that time, you've cleaned up your pants and you forgot what the problem even was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
Which, you know, we'll play with the VA for a minute. Here in Pensacola, I went to the VA for mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I had a doctor, which I won't name him outright, but I definitely remember his name 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And he fell asleep in every one of my sessions.
Oh my
Seriously.
gosh.
And, you know, he still works there.
Wow.
A couple of years ago, the undersecretary for the VA came, and I gave him, hey, I sat down with the undersecretary, which, hey, that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's pretty awesome.
I told him, I was like, hey, there's a doctor. I can tell you exactly what room, his name. And like I told you before, you know, I trimmed my beard up. It was pretty long earlier. But the guy said that I was clean shaven in one of my sessions. And my 14-year-old has never seen me clean shaven. And I've only lived here since 2019.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, this doctor there at the VA really doesn't know what he's doing.
No.
And he still works there.
Well, just a lack of care, even.
So even after sitting down with that guy, nothing changed.
No.
The doctor still works there. Wow.
So that gets me into, Vetcola.
Yeah.
So we're veterans. You're a first responder.
Mm-hmm.
That's who we tailor to. Veterans, first responders, and most importantly, the family.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. I want to continue your story linearly.
Which one?
So you have kids, you bounce around from job to job. What makes you move to Pensacola?
So my older two kids, their mom's from here.
Okay.
When we split up, she moved back down.
Gotcha.
I got to a point in my life where I felt pretty horrible about being so far away from kids.
Gotcha. Oh, so your kids came down here with their mom.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
At the time, I'll admit I was a horrible parent for being so far away from kids, missing so much of their lives, and only getting to see them on holidays or a few weeks out of the summer.
Yeah.
That part was tough. Strap onto that, shortly after me and their mom split, I had a shotgun wedding, marriage.
Yeah.
It only lasted a few months, and my depression got the better of me. We got married in September, and by January, we were going through a separation for divorce. January 19th, 2014. I remember the date because it's my brother's 21st birthday. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. He saved my life that night.
Yeah.
And he he did a lot without realizing. Depression's a real thing. It's big. If it wasn't for some of his actions, I would have took my life on his birthday, not realizing at the time it was his birthday.
Yeah.
Shout out to, I guess, Army Human Intel for being smart enough to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But
was he physically there for you, or did he just talk to you?
Both physically and emotionally. I mean, he definitely took my gun away, which obviously is the smartest thing to do to somebody in that type of situation.
He needed it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
what was your red flag
for that one?
Yeah. Like what was it that your brother picked up on?
What
on you? What did they
brother
notice? Yeah.
So I'd just driven back down here to drop my kids off.
Mm-hmm.
Came back, and he knew I should have spent the the night with my wife, but I was at his apartment, and that threw a red flag for him because
Gotcha.
I should have been at home.
So it was unusual behavior for you to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he took my gun away, and after a little bit of just talking and me being very vague with everything I was doing, he said, "Well, it is my 21st birthday. Why don't you take me out for a legal drink instead of using your old ID to get into places?"
Yeah.
And we went and painted the town red for a little while, and then the next morning he woke me up, took me to the gym. Might not look like it now because
that's what everybody wants to do after a night of drinking.
Sweat it out.
Yeah.
But, he basically forced me to move in with him for the time being, and we went to the gym every day.
Yeah.
And he got me mentally right for the time being.
So he basically confronted you. Like he saw that behavior was changing in you, and so he's like, "Yo."
He did.
But see, the only reason I'm highlighting that is because, and I know it's uncomfortable for you to talk about, so I appreciate you opening it up. Too often, I've got a few friends that committed suicide, right? And it's unfortunate trend in military, law enforcement, and first responder community as a whole. But a lot of the things I hear after, hearing that somebody had committed suicide was, we had no idea. Like there was no idea, right? Well, there was an idea, but it's the people that are closest to you that notice behavioral changes. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody wants to admit it.
Nobody wants to admit it, right? Nobody, like you get in that hole and nobody wants to admit that they have a problem,
Oh, absolutely.
And
what people don't realize is like when people are in that hole, maybe they're afraid to approach them or be like, hey, yeah, I need to take this from you, or you need to come stay with me for a little while. They're afraid to approach these people with that because they think, oh, they're just going to snap. They're going to blow up and be mad at me. But most of the people I would say that I've ever met that are depressed, or myself even in those times, like you want somebody to get in your corner and help you. So if you've got somebody that's like, hey, why don't you come stay with me for a little bit? They'll probably jump at that. I mean,
absolutely.
It doesn't sound like you were fighting your brother on any of this. You were like, yeah, man,
No.
I need help. Like I want to get better. I want to hang with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what it's all about. Again, that camaraderie we talked about earlier. That's what we all miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We miss having somebody who, unfortunately, in the barracks, it's one room and a bathroom. Like,
yeah,
we miss somebody, having somebody there that knows, like, oh, it's, 10 o'clock right now. He's gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
we miss having somebody that knows your routine. So if you do something different, they call you out for it.
yeah.
And no, I want to just jump ahead and start talking about Vetcola.
Yeah. No, you're good.
We're almost there, right?
Yeah.
So you moved down here to be closer to your kids.
I did.
And then once you got here, what'd you do for work when you got here?
I was at 100% for the per VA.
Okay.
So I got to stay at home with the kids while my wife, who's a vet tech, keeps bringing cats home. She
different kind of vet.
Yeah. Well, she does try and work on me.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually she's kind of a vet tech with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
She we have an issue with saving cats. It's not just her. We have 7 cats at home right now and 2 dogs.
Jeez. All right.
All
right. So you were a stay-at-home kid and cat dad.
Yeah.
And then what prompted you to start Vetcola?
So me and my older two's mom, we don't get along. It's no secret with exes. Most of them don't get along.
That's fair.
We had an issue where, she took my older 2 kids away from me, and mentally that crushed. That was 2 years ago, because my youngest was 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in the car coming back from an ice flyers practice, and she just kept saying my name over and over again. And I'll be honest, I freaked out. I yelled, what? Pulled the car over, and she just wanted to hold my hand. She wanted to comfort me because the entire practice, all she talked about was her brother and sister. And it really messed with me mentally. And she just wanted to comfort me, like make me feel better.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, PTSD doesn't just affect us as veterans or first responders.
Mm-hmm.
It affects the family. It definitely,
even a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If she's trying to comfort me, I should have got help way before that.
Yeah.
If a 2-year-old notices it, like, what problems do I put on my older 2 kids? What problems do I put on my wife? So that's where Vetcola came from, is these problems I started noticing at home. If it affects me,
mm-hmm.
if it affects my family like this, how does it affect yours or yours?
Mm-hmm.
It's, for your recruiter probably didn't tell you about PTSD like mine didn't, or yours. It comes with the job.
Right.
Or it doesn't just affect veterans or first responders. I know my wife has PTSD from things that stem from her life. It affects everybody.
Yeah.
It's not just combat. It's not just fighting fires or, going to the donut shop. Since there's no cops here, I can say that.
Yeah, nobody in blue here. We're good.
It's fun. It's not fun. It affects us all, and
it's a part of life.
It is,
and it's the part that nobody ever talks about. But people are starting to talk about it more.
Yeah.
But it's not talked about as much. Anxiety, depression, PTSD, all that. But it's normal, and we need to normalize it a little bit more and make people aware. Like, you could see a car accident, not be a firefighter. Like, you could see a car accident happen, and then 2 years later, still be dealing with some of the issues from that. Like, it is a part of life, and you don't have to be a first responder or a military person to have that affect you.
Excuse me. I have complex PTSD that stems from childhood. like I said, I did not have an easy childhood. And unfortunately, I know my kids are kind of going through the same things I went through.
Yeah.
So I know that they have, the PTSD as well from, unfortunately, fights between me and their mom.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more, public than it is, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's more than just for veterans or first responders. It's everyone has it to a degree.
Yeah.
You see something messed up at school, or something happens at home. It can affect anybody.
Yeah. I wanted to take that just for a second. You said something that I really profound is whether you've been to or not, is the it's called the generational curse, right? So statistically, somebody like yourself, okay, you had a bad or a rough home life as a kid, right?
Right.
Now, I'm going to ask this question, then I'll dive into it. But your dad, did he have a good upbringing, or was his rough?
He had a good upbringing.
He had a good upbringing, right? Okay. But do you know the generation before that?
I don't.
Okay. So statistically, it almost skips generations. Okay. And so they found that the generational curse, so like your bad upbringing, you bring that with you and carry it your entire life. You were conditioned as a young boy to then a young man to then the man you are now, but because of how you started, right? You use the analogy, and I know you've heard like crawl, walk, run. Right. So you crawl first, then you walk, then you run. Well, when you get tired or you get fatigued or whatever, we all could still get on this floor and crawl. So you know how to resort back to crawling. But you could lose the ability to run. But even elderly people could still crawl because that's how they were first conditioned. The same concept applies with generation. So you were impacted by your upbringing, okay? Whatever happened in your dad's life, not to necessarily blame him, but whatever happened in his life was then affected by you. Now you keep that trend, your kids will then ultimately be affected by it, right? So then how do you break that generational, let's call it the generational curse? And it's breaking it by creating new habits and new pathways within your life and making that change. And as you know, just as well as us and the rest of our listeners, change is hard. Like, change is very hard. It's very easy to just float and just let your emotions ride with how things are going. But hearing your story, like, and you starting this Vetcola, which we'll get more into, but like you're essentially almost breaking those barriers and those walls and that generational curse and trying to start a new page for yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
And so like with all of that, what is Vetcola doing for just, we'll talk about like just your life, like how, like getting into Vetcola, how is that helping your life? And then how is that then we'll dive into like what it does for the community.
So when we started, we had that issue with my older two's mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to help out my youngest. Honestly, at first it was selfish. It was to help my family. And I know personally, if I can help my family, maybe I can help others.
Yeah.
So I looked at ways to be able to connect further with my family.
Yeah.
That's what Vetcola is to do, or that's what we do. Sorry.
Yeah.
We bridge the gap created by PTSD at home. Thank you to AI for helping me come up with Bridge the Gap, because I wouldn't have been able to figure that out with my crayons.
Yeah, that's fine.
But bridging the gap. So my youngest absolutely loves hockey. 2 years ago, we were able to go to practice for the Ice Flyers, and that's what we did every day for an hour, was go watch them skate around, get yelled at a little bit, and shoot a little bit better. She loved it. So we became a season ticket holder. We go to every hockey game. She doesn't pay as much attention during the games.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people. But during practice, 100% of the time she was sitting there watching. The players came in and talked to her, which, the goalie we had at the time, 6'8", monster of a guy, and my daughter, 2 years old, coming up to her, my knee. It was crazy.
Yeah.
When nobody's shooting on the goal when he's in there, he's over there playing peekaboo. And it's like, you're supposed to be the scariest guy out there, and you're playing peekaboo with this little girl. Like, that's adorable.
That's cool.
And, now we've got ice flyer stuff throughout the entire house, and that's what all she wants to talk about is like hockey, because we went to hockey. Now then I get my kids back, my older two, and my son, he was a preteen at the time. He's a teenager now. That was not the easiest time for us, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, body's changing, things are going on, and we just started doing, going to the beach together, me and him doing stuff together. And now he talks to me about stuff like I didn't even know were issues. My son talks to me about everything. Like I said before, he's like my best friend.
Yeah.
When it's me and him in the car going somewhere, it's just me and him. We open up and we talk about anything. At that point, it's not father and son; it's two guys talking, and it's really developed into something really nice between me and him.
Yeah.
So I took those concepts and I put it into Vetcola. We try and do events every few months to bring veterans and first responders out with their families.
Oh, nice.
and from there, the concept is like you're going to engage with your family at, I'll use the beach bash. We have a beach bash every year. So you're out there playing with your family. Cool. We have one of our sponsors, Big Moose Barbecue, come out with food. So when we're out there at the beach and, your family's playing, you're going to get food. Hey, I'm going to talk to you. And then we're going to connect. So you're bonding with your family and you're bonding with somebody else who, unfortunately also has PTSD. So it creates a net, if you will, a safety net. Eventually you go into enough events, you're going to feel comfortable talking to somebody else you've met there.
Yeah.
Becoming friends with, and, issues.
Yeah.
Bring up your issues.
So you're essentially creating kind of a localized community of people that have similar backgrounds, similar history, if you will, and just doing life together.
Right.
And through that community, you're seeing people healing through that.
Yeah.
Essentially, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's really awesome.
And building that support network that we all need.
Exactly. The thing that as a veteran we're definitely missing, and that as a first responder you have, but your firehouse is only so big, right?
Right.
Your shift is only so big. Plus, I met you talking through your union. That was awesome. Like it was a little awkward for me because like I couldn't see faces. I didn't get any.
Well, you got to remember, these are firemen. They're probably doing nonsense when they're listening to those union meetings. So
sitting on the toilet,
playing Xbox. They just
I'll admit I was a little upset because I didn't see any mustaches, and like that's what I was excited about.
Oh yeah, well,
I wanted to see epic mustaches.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Need to let Zach meet him so he can see.
Oh
yeah,
mustache. We got a guy, Zach, really good friend of mine. Love you, Zach. I'm gonna rip on you for a second. He used to be like really, really, really big. So he had like the classic fat boy handlebar mustache. Like, well, now he lost like a ton of weight, and he still kept the stash.
He's running. Yeah, he's in great shape.
Yeah, now he's in great shape, and he still kept the stash. He's got the old like big jowls,
It's the big firefighter handlebar mustache.
Yeah,
like, whatever you're picturing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I'm sorry we let you
dark
down.
Hair too, so it's perfect.
It's on point. So,
but when I was talking during that meeting, nobody responded at all, and I understand why. You don't want to bring up in front of the entire department that like, hey, yeah, I have an issue.
Yeah,
or I feel a little off.
Yeah,
you don't want your brothers to know like, hey, something's wrong with me.
Yeah, they're gonna be like,
yeah,
dude,
you're gonna unjustly feel judged.
Yeah,
and honestly, yeah, you might get a little kick because that's unfortunately how the dark humor happens. But you also feel the embrace of the love because they're gonna reach out and be like, hey, come on, let's go to a hockey game, because I'm only saying that because it's hockey season.
Yeah, sure.
But in the summer, let's go to a Wahoos game and go sweat.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, definitely sweat. I don't know how the firehouse organization is here, but I know in some organizations you may also be afraid of like pushback from the department or something. Like hey, this guy was just talking about, maybe having some issues. Should we like bench him for a time and make sure he's good? And you're like, that's the last thing I want. Like, I want to go to work and be with my guys.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing that stops a lot of people from speaking out and like, hey, I need help, or I'm struggling with this right now. They're like, nah, dude, I don't want to get in trouble or get benched.
So that's the actual reason why I reached out for first responders as well. Because I mean, if you complain too much about, your mental health or your physical health, there's a possibility you can get, a pink slip.
Yeah. I know every time I went to the flight dock in the Navy, I'd bring up issues, and he's like, do you want to keep flying? All right, never mind, scratch that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, we can go to the VA, we can complain about the VA all day long. Nothing's going to happen at all. Nothing's going to change.
Probably not.
When I was talking about the undersecretary earlier, honestly, the only thing he really cared about was what politicians showed.
Yeah.
And it's like, why does it matter what politician showed up? Because it's my health care. It's not, at the time it was Matt Gaetz. Like, what is he going to do? There's nothing he can do.
Right.
It should be about what my care is, not about what he wants to do. Yeah, he has access to all the money, but really, what does that matter?
Right.
Yeah. It shouldn't.
Like, we're the ones that vote him in. So
yeah, true. Yeah. And kind of rewind just a touch, like you kind of hit on it about, like in that meeting or whatever, nobody reached out about problems or whatever. And we had a conversation actually at the firehouse a couple days ago because, like we had a project that was out there called the Second Alarm Project, but I guess they ran into some issues or something. Well, anyway, they're there, but they're like not there. I don't know. So of course the department's like scrambling to find resources to provide for mental health and like all this stuff. But at the end of the day, like I've been at my previous organization, I've been in those meetings. Like we went through a bad stint of just running horrific calls, like not just like, it's all horrific, but not just like elderly people passing from natural causes, like people hit by cars, like just horrific things, lots of shootings, stabbings, domestic stuff. Just you name it, we were running it. And it was like all at once. Well, then headquarters comes in and sits down and it's like, so, heard you guys had a rough go lately. And it's like, who are you? Like, this is a big organization, you know? It's like, you're going to come in here with your white shirts. When's the last time you ran a call, man? Like, when's the last time? Who are you to come talk to us? Like, you don't listen to us anyway when we're listening to recommendations. So there's immediately shields going up.
Absolutely.
And most of the time, like, and plus the people, you can tell the people who've been in it and know it, like, they're the ones that you need to talk to, right? Not necessarily somebody who's like trained, like you said earlier, right? Like your trained professional who is a doctor, right? He's falling asleep and doesn't remember. Like, they're the professionals, right? Well, you got two dudes here, like Navy, fireman, Marine Corps. Like, we've been in it. We all have different exposures, different experiences, but like we know the signs, the symptoms, and like what that person needs to hear at that given time. So why not surround yourself with those people? Because ultimately, like with my story, the guy who really said something to trigger like, oh shoot, I have a problem. Like there wasn't a lot of self-realization going on at that time in my life, was a guy who's extremely seasoned and extremely experienced in the job. And he's like, dude, something's wrong with you, man. It's like, all right, cool. Well, I need to probably check this out. And then through a lot of that, and then immediately, going to my wife, talking about it. And then that community is ultimately what got us through it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. The being around that camaraderie, that's the first step.
Yeah.
I've got tons of friends out there who've been there for me through problems and heard all about it. That's awesome. That's what got me to the point where now I go to a therapist. Every week I go to a therapist. I've done it for the last 2.5 years. And that's where the actual help comes in.
Yeah.
The first part is, reaching out with that camaraderie, that brotherhood. I don't want to say brotherhood because, there's also women.
Yeah.
And for Vetcola itself, we focus more on the family aspect because the family is, the unseen side of PTSD. It's the part that hurts the most. When you have a bad day, I don't know how it happens, but like, at least at my house, my kids know it before I do. They can get home from school. I could be taking a nap for some unknown reason, and they just feel the temperature difference in the house, and they're like, "Ooh, dad's going to be in one of those moods. Like, let's be quiet. Let's."
Yeah.
And I don't want them to feel that way.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys don't want your kids to feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
It's family is the most important aspect in my life, at least.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm trying to share with the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've got 2 new board members with me, Big Moose and Nicole, and they're really embracing. They're really pushing to try and get the word out more. And honestly, they're kind of kicking my butt in it, because I feel like, you know, I dropped down into first gear and they're revving engines, and it's like,
yeah,
sometimes I need a break too.
They didn't get there by chance, man. You got those people there, so
Yeah,
and that's why you brought them there, so that they can
it is
kick it in high gear, man.
I mean, like I said, they're making sure we have multiple things going on a month now, and I love it.
Yes.
So you guys have been in business or been active for 2 years?
We've been a nonprofit for just over a year now officially.
Okay.
But before that, we were just a group.
Just a group and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So now you're an official nonprofit. What impact have you seen in the last year or two that you've been doing this?
Obviously, our numbers have grown.
Yeah.
Being able to talk to the union, like, that was the coolest thing I've done so far, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know it sounds silly, like, but being able to talk to, like, your union is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that runs it, he's, you know, shifted me a little bit on things.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's brought me into your world.
Yeah.
Actually,
Shout out to Local 4131.
Well,
yeah, I saw a guy wearing that shirt the other day, and I was like, 4131. Where do I know that from?
Yeah.
He was a firefighter.
It's our union,
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know he was a firefighter because he had a mustache.
Yeah, the stash.
Well, not to make you upset, but
No, you're good.
For Thanksgiving, we fed the city of Pensacola's fire department and police department. I know you're with the county, so I'm sorry.
That's okay. They need to be fed too. You take care of them.
Well, we didn't get enough donations for it.
No, that's fair. No, we get it. We appreciate what you're doing. There's no ill blood there at all.
Next time, Station 14.
Yeah.
Well, not to throw any salt in any wounds here,
That's
but I'll definitely skip 18.
Yeah.
But that's only for one person.
That's fair. Yeah. Squad house.
Yeah. The patch is pretty cool. So.
Yeah.
Glad they got those back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're going to go off on a side tangent.
Quick
here.
sidebar, man.
Oh, no, I love it.
Okay.
The county tried to take all your stuff, right?
Originally, I think it was a slight miscommunication, I think, from the top down, but I think there was still a hidden motive behind it. We'll never really know what that motive is, but this is not a political podcast by any means. But here's the thing, guys. Firemen, police, law enforcement, special forces, whatever. We're simple-minded people, man. We want cool t-shirts, patches, and bumper stickers. Like, you give us stickers and cool hats, like, we're the happiest people ever, you know?
I mean, I'm jealous over your Suffer Up hat. Not gonna lie.
Well, they're coming. Announcement at the end of the show here.
We will get you one.
Yeah, we'll get you one. But the they decided to, like, take away. An email was sent out and said all patches on the side of the trucks identifying your company were to be removed immediately. Some companies just took the liberty and followed directions. Other people were like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Losers.
And my truck was one of them. I wasn't working that day, but then the rest of the guys like, hold on. You're telling me that this sticker that identifies us and the community sees that, like, that squad, whoever, or like, you're going to literally strip us of our identity like that?
Mind you, these stickers are firehouse specific. So yes, you work for the county, but every firehouse has basically come up with their own design for their house and then gotten it approved by the county.
Yeah, they've all been approved.
And they've already been approved and then put on everything.
Yeah,
truck
so like
stickers.
For those who don't understand like the history, military kind of follows the same thing. Like ours is a dog, a greyhound at Squad 14 because there used to be an old dog track in the area.
I think the Marines are a bunch of old dogs too, right?
Devil dogs.
Okay. Wrong word, sorry.
But yeah, that's on our thing, and there's the jacks all the way across, like jack of all trades, because we have a brush truck, we got a Zodiac, we got a squad. It's a squad house, it's ALS, like all that stuff. So jack of all trades, 4 cards, jack, because it was also a poker room. And so that's how the patch came about. Well, the dog track isn't there anymore for ethical reasons, but then the poker room's still there.
Yeah.
But the patch still stands because in that territory it had a massive dog track that was like really big to the
dog
area.
track road's still a thing. I mean,
Dog
it's
track
still
road,
it's like a landmark thing.
Yeah. So yeah, they were gonna tell us to rip all this stuff anyway. Our union and a few other people kind of voiced up, talked, and it got on the radio. It got a bunch of social media
it was
attention.
all over Facebook locally.
And then the local politicians were like, "All right, yeah, no, just keep them." Like, that's what we thought.
Yeah,
just leave it alone. So,
total
anyway,
sidebar. But moral of the story: we are simple people, and that little bit of morale boost that we all get from looking at a silly patch or sticker, is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, because your union shared that, and we shared it almost immediately. I mean, from what I understand, they got close to 1 million views on that post alone.
Oh yeah. You
So
never know what'll go viral.
4131.
Yeah. So.
But yes, we fed the city of Pensacola, so sorry about the county.
No, that's okay.
We'll get you next year.
You're good.
Promise.
That's fine. No bad blood here.
But we had a blast doing it. I mean, there were 6 firehouses plus the police department. Loved it. You know.
Yeah.
My kids got to play on all the truck, which my youngest absolutely loved. And I'll be honest with you guys, I kind of love it because my father-in-law is retired law enforcement.
Nice. So a little jab there.
It might dig under her skin just a little bit. That's
perfect.
Yeah.
She loves fire trucks. Like,
not playing in the back of a police car.
Yeah.
No, we're playing on fire truck.
Well, we pass 12 every day.
Yeah.
And she tells me, hey, there's a ladder truck and there's an engine every time.
Yeah.
And it's like, love it.
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
You know what you like.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
You like the ladder truck. So.
Yeah.
Sorry to the squad.
That's fair. That's fair. When the trucks get lost, the squad has to come get them. So it's all good.
Definitely starting some bad blood here.
We need another firefighter in the house to banter with Nate.
Oh no, it's okay.
A ladder company guy.
All the firemen listening understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. But anyway, Vetcola. So you're doing events, man. You're getting out there in the community. You're trying to spread the love and just spread awareness for this.
Right.
So, is there anything else that you can think of that Vetcola, like maybe some upcoming things that Vetcola has planned or whatever?
Right now we've got a link being made by the Pensacola Ice Flyers for a ticket fundraiser.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
On top of that, we got some donations in from I think it was Sam's Club that made a donation.
Awesome.
Pretty sizable one. We're going to use that money to go buy tickets. We're trying to fill out at least one entire section of the Bay Center.
Wow.
For Vetcola, and the tickets from Vetcola will be free.
Okay.
But we're asking people, if you can, please, go on the link as soon as it comes up. Which, I've got no control over whenever the link's made. But when the link's made, go up, buy a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a donation. Well, it's a ticket fundraiser, so
sure.
I think it's like $5 out of it will go to us. But if you want, get in contact with us through either our website or not our website. Our website's being revamped right now. It's got a lot of old information, so sorry.
No, that's fine.
But through our Facebook,
mm-hmm.
And we'll figure out a way to give that to either a first responder or a veteran family. Because again, at the end of the day, that's what we try and do.
That's awesome.
So the tickets that people buy on the Ice Flyers thing when that's up, is that a ticket for them to go watch the game and then the $5 to you or whatever the money to you, or is that like, are they donating a ticket to a veteran?
No, it's for them to go.
Okay, so they get to go watch the Ice Flyers. That's awesome. And then you guys get some kickback from the Ice Flyers in the form of a donation that then you can use to send veterans or whoever to the game.
Right.
That's awesome.
Or for our future events.
That's really cool.
We have a few events that are not on the books yet, but we're kicking dust up for.
Okay.
Dust. I don't know if that's the right word, but
no, you're good.
We're throwing spaghetti at the wall. We got a few events coming up that are still in the planning phase, but for 2026, we're looking to hit the ground running.
Awesome.
We have our beach bash every year. We're gonna try and get a range day put in.
Nice.
Last year we had a range day, which was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Sign me up. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And most importantly, you know, there's a lot of organizations in there, and I'm not saying anything bad about them at all, but Vetcola is completely free. You don't have to be a member or anything like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We try and make our events either free or as close to free as possible for the veteran and first responder family.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, you know, money's tight.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want you guys to have to pay for coming to our events, coming to do stuff with us.
Yeah.
you
Very
know.
nice.
That's awesome. Well, I know one event that you guys can be at in February.
What is that?
Our Punch Out Ultra. We're doing a running event in February.
Oh, I don't run though.
You
Well,
don't have
that's
to run.
okay.
You don't have to run.
You can walk if you want to participate. But regardless, we expect to see you guys out there with a tent and share
Absolutely.
what you guys are doing with the rest of the people that show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be
I'd
cool.
love to have you.
We'll give you some more details on that for sure
Yeah.
once we're done. But February 21st, 2026, we're having an 8-hour team-based ultra. We also have an individual division where you'll run a 4.2-mile lap out and back for a total of 8 hours. You can run. You just have to run/walk/crawl 1 lap, which is 4 miles. And then after that, you can hang out. And then maybe in a couple hours, you run another one. But at the end of the day, your whole team gets each bib gets punched. And then the team with the
Like a
most
full punch, not
punch,
physically punched.
Yeah, we don't like do the whole, what do they call it? The blood striping where we're not doing that. But the team with the most punches out of their bibs ends up winning. And we've got some pretty cool, exciting prizes for the winning team that we can't say yet, but it's going to be pretty sweet. And so, yeah, that'll be happening. We expect and hope that you guys can make it out there. That'd be
Absolutely.
really cool.
Might be in parachute.
Yeah.
For the winners.
Yeah.
Might be.
Well, with how active you guys are, do you guys know about the End of Watch Foundation?
Mm-mm.
Heard of it.
So every year, it's a local organization that does a ruck for all the law enforcement killed in the year prior.
Oh, really?
They just did it a month or two ago.
Over in, back in October.
Yeah.
Over at the Santa Rosa Fairgrounds.
Mhm.
Oh, really? Okay.
So
I'll have to try to be there next year.
I'll definitely make introductions between you and Caleb Cook, who runs it.
Okay.
He's also a deputy with Santa Rosa. Well,
Okay.
he's a sergeant, excuse me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't want him to come down on me on that one.
That's fine.
He'll come down and be like, I'm not a deputy.
But it's a 42-hour ruck, but there's also lesser time frames.
Sure.
But it's every half an hour they do a lap for the officers killed in the line of duty.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's
So-
cool.
Yeah.
42
I
hours.
want
I'm
to
all
be a part
about
of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
Well-
have to put that on the calendar for next year to be there.
Last year I tried to do the 42 and I didn't make it, I'll be honest.
That's all right. That's next year.
It's okay. We can help you.
Yeah.
I'm not running, I promise you that.
That's fine.
That's fine. See, our thing, like, I just hope that our listeners understand. Yes, Ryan and I are runners. Yes, we run long distances. Yes, we do it through the night.
Yes, we're insane.
Yes, we're quite dumb for doing some of these things, but there's a reason that we do it. And we want to build that community to help encourage other people to suffer with a purpose. And through those tough times in life, just like we talked about in this podcast today and all of our previous episodes, there is something to be learned, something to be had in all those moments. And when you can suffer together in a community, there's a level of camaraderie that's built there that is irreplaceable, like we talked about earlier. You know what I mean? And so we hope to create an environment of like pushing people to do those things, those hard things, and share with us your successes and your failures, because through all of that, Ryan, myself, like, we have ways that we can kind of help you draw those conclusions in those moments. We enjoy doing them. It's a little kind of weird.
It's a love-hate thing.
It's a love-hate thing, yeah.
But like you said, like our goal is to create the space for you to get out there and push your boundaries.
Yeah.
Now, what you do with it, succeed, fail, how big your goal is. Maybe you want to run 100 miles like us.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you want to walk 1 mile. We had a guest on recently, Katie Spots, and she talked about her intro into fitness really when she was in high school. Like, she signed up for this class where you just walked.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I just wanted to walk 1 mile. And like, that was her goal. That was her thing. If that's your thing, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're all about it. There's a level for everybody,
mm-hmm.
as long as you're pushing yourself. And like Nate said, succeed or fail, we want to create that space for you to be there and do it.
Well, we've been talking about mental health. After you do your run, how do you feel mentally?
Oh, I'm
exhausted.
Cloud 9.
No, that's physical.
Yeah.
But you said it right there.
Mentally, yeah.
After a workout, you feel better
Clarity,
mentally.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the challenge is, it's not just what you do in your head, it's also physical.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about that on the drive here this morning. I was listening to something, I think it was a Bible devotional, and they talked about, I forget exactly what it was, but essentially it brought up depression, and I honestly tuned out the devotional because I thought to myself, man, like I haven't had thoughts of depression in a long time. And like I say a long time, I don't know, months. But whatever. Like I've just been feeling really good recently, and I thought, like, why is that? I wonder what the difference is now. It was like, the stuff that happened in your life still happened. Like you still got all the same reasons to be sad or happy. But all I could think was like, I've been setting goals for myself that are difficult and actually been working towards them or achieving them. And like, it's really hard to be depressed when you're out there crushing your goals.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I had a friend reach out to me yesterday, and he hadn't been to the gym in about 2 weeks. And he's like I said, he's also a stay-at-home dad.
Mm-hmm.
He's a veteran. And mentally it was eating him away.
Mm-hmm.
He was having problems that, unfortunately were made up problems,
Yeah.
When you're alone, you come up with equations that don't math right.
Yeah. Right.
There's no better way to say it. They don't math at all. And that's what he was going through. And he reached out to me yesterday, and, giving him some brotherly love. I was like, hey, that's just you in your head. That made him feel comfortable enough to go talk to his wife about it.
Yeah.
And she had a different words to say about it, but was along the same lines as, that's just you in your head.
But being an idiot.
Yeah.
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 And, he messaged me this morning and said, hey, thanks for that, 20 minutes of just banter about my own mental problems.
Yeah.
She said the same thing you did, and we're good now. And I was like, I was trying to move in with you. Like, I was hoping she'd kick you out.
Yeah.
But that's, again, just brotherly love. Like,
yeah. That's awesome.
Another friend of mine talks about living in a suffering state. His name's Mitch. I need to get Mitch on the podcast. He'd be a great guy to talk with on here. But he talks about living in a suffering state, and that suffering state is comprised of anything that makes you feel shame or lies, essentially. And like you can move yourself out of that suffering state by thinking logically and talking to people around you. Like, does this make sense? No, that's a lie. Does this bring shame on me? Like the feelings of I should or I could have done that, but I didn't. Those feelings are all just shame thoughts, shame feelings that don't do you any good. Because like if you wake up and you were supposed to go to the gym this morning or you wanted to, but you wake up late and you don't go, oh, I should have went to the gym. Well, yeah, you can think that, but that's not going to do you any good. You still didn't go. So you wake up and instead of that, you say, I didn't go to the gym. That's a fact. There's no shame in that. That's a fact. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and go. Well, now that's a positive thing that you're twisting it to instead of saying, oh, I should have went this morning and then kicking yourself all day because you didn't do it.
So it's funny you say that because with my son, I like I said, we're pretty friendly for a father and son.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I try and tell him is like, no matter how bad a situation is, there's always a positive. A few years ago, my grandmother was on her deathbed, and we had to make the decision of like, hey, it's July 3rd, like, what's gonna happen? She finally passed, and it was, it sucked, but she was in a state where she was just a vegetable at the time, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we had to look at was like, hey, yeah, she passed, but now she's in a better place.
Yeah.
The positive is she's no longer suffering.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we looked at it. Me and two of my brothers, because we were the only ones able to make it out for that part. And it was, yeah, it was sad, but, we still found positive in that sadness.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a challenge that you guys should put out to people is, take a bad situation and find a positive out of it. There's a positive everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've been doing that a lot recently in our household as far as saying I get to instead of I have to. I have to take out the trash. No, I get to take out the trash. We're fortunate enough to have a trash can and be able to take it out of our house.
There you go.
I mean, you can turn anything into a positive just by that simple phrase. I have to go to the gym or I have to go to work. No, you get to do those things, and they're all positives when you flip the script on it.
Yeah.
No, that's solid. That's perfect, man. I love it. If maybe just to put a plug in there too, maybe with Vetcola, like if you guys do any group runs or any group rucks or anything like that, or you get like a group together that meets, let us know. We'd love to possibly come out and do some of those physical things with you guys. And if you needed a leader to lead it, we'd be happy to do that too. Yeah. Mostly military experience over here with Ryan, only fire, but we have a background experience in that. And so maybe we could work together and maybe put something together.
Every Memorial Day, we do a ruck downtown. It's a short 3 mile, so it's not much.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I try and cut it down maybe a little bit,
sure,
a little less than 3 miles because I'm getting bigger and my back's hurting more. But
that's fair.
We do a small ruck from Veterans Memorial Park down to the Wahoo Stadium and back.
That's awesome.
So that's what we do every year. So you guys are more than welcome to come out for that.
Sweet.
Awesome.
And so how can people get a hold of you and Vetcola?
Facebook is the best way right now.
Okay.
Because I don't have the phone number memorized.
That's fine.
But it's on the Facebook.
But Facebook, yes. Vetcola, Vet, V-E-T, Cola, Pensacola, C-O-L-A.
Awesome. Sounds good. Do you have a good email or anything that people could reach out to you on?
A good email is info@vetcola.org.
Okay, awesome. For the listeners listening, I'll make sure to put all this stuff and any other links or any stuff that you want to have in this podcast. We'll gladly add it into the show notes so that we can have that there. And dude, super happy that you came, sat down with us, shared your story.
No, thank you for the invite. This is, honestly, it's a little bit cooler than your union thing.
That's you get to see our faces. So
yeah,
that's
I know.
Good.
Yeah, a little more interactive. This is your first ever time being on a podcast too, huh?
It is.
Well, welcome.
Crushed it, man.
Yeah, again, I got to see your faces, so
yeah,
I was able to get interaction.
Yes.
We're like an hour into it, and he's finally looking not nervous.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the microphone
Shakeout.
is an immediate intimidator. Like, as soon as you put the mic in front of your face, it's like,
We sat here and talked for like
fine.
30 minutes beforehand, and you were fine. And then as soon as we started recording, you looked nervous. And I was like, yep. I was the same exact way for like 10 episodes.
Yep. It takes a while, man. So we're still not the best at it, but we're suffering through it. So.
Well, I appreciate it.
We're suffering up.
Suffering up. Yeah, dude. Thanks so much for coming on, man. Again, to our listeners, we will make sure that we have all this information for you in the show notes to get a hold of John or his company with Vetcola. If you live in the greater Pensacola area, or if you don't, you're coming through on vacation, whatever, we'd love to network with you as well as with Vetcola. And Vetcola, again, is there to help try to build a community for the first responders, military, law enforcement, to try to create that a culture that will be successful in fighting and combating mental health and building strong family units. So, John, thank you once again.
No, thank both.
Absolutely. No problem.
Pleasure to have you on, John.
Oh.
Even though you're a Marine.
There it is.
Final plug, final word. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in to another episode of the Suffer Up podcast with Nate and Ryan and our guest, John Hills. Again, we want to give a very quick shout out again to our sponsors, Soft Socks. And we also want to give a special thanks and shout out to the local realtor, Pam Heinold with ERA American. You can reach her at 850-232-2332. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in to another episode every Monday. Check our link tree in the description for our Punch Out Ultra as well. And we have some exciting announcements and stuff will all be linked there for you. Tune in next Monday, guys. We love y'all. And as always,
suffer up.